Hi LEGO fans! I hadn't planned on filming a review video this afternoon, but when fellow LEGO enthusiast and friend of the channel David Hopkins called me this afternoon and said, "I've got this really cool LEGO set, do you want to help me build it?" I said, "Sure, bring it on over." So when he showed up, I was certainly not expecting to see a 2009 LEGO Space Police set that's still factory sealed. So today we are going to unbox, speed build and review set number 5973 Hyperspeed Pursuit from LEGO Space Police. I believe this is from the third wave of Space Police sets, and these were eventually superseded by Alien Conquest. The set comes with 456 pieces and originally retailed for about $50 US. Included in the 456 piece part count, we have 3 minifigures. Firstly, we've got the Space Police officer, and then we have the school twins, who are presumably identical minifigures. Let's flip the box over and see what we've got inside. So the backstory of this set is that the Space Police have captured one of the school twins and loaded him into the back of the Interceptor in this kind of, hyperspace sleep pod. But it looks like they're in trouble because the other school twin has this vehicle here equipped with these cannons on the front. And through some very misguided planning, there is a big target on the back of the police vehicle which explodes the pod out of the back of the police vehicle. So essentially we've got this bad guy alien chasing a police car through space, firing missiles at the car, trying to rescue his brother. What could possibly go wrong? It's always a great treat to get hold of one of these old factory sealed sets, so let's break this open and see what we've got inside. Just sharing first impressions, that is a very big box for what is seemingly not a lot of LEGO. Cool, so we have 4 bags of LEGO, numbered 1, 2 and 3 for the final section. We have 2 instruction booklets, quite a big sticker sheet there, and a couple of flexible pipes. So finally, 8 years after being sold, this set gets to be built. We're going to do a 90-second speed build. Here's the completed build, and this was a lot of fun to put together. We have some interesting elements and build techniques, and the minifigures are really cool. Let's get a look at this set in a little bit more detail, starting with the skull twins. These guys are definitely kind of creepy, and if you've ever seen Doctor Who, they bear more than a passing resemblance to the Ood. Now, taking a look at these, they are pretty much identical, so I'm going to put one of these guys aside so we can take a look at the other in a little bit more close-up detail. So the first thing you'll immediately notice about this character is the head here, and that is very freaky, almost alien-esque. Well, I guess they are aliens. So let's take this off, and the first thing I notice is it is a very rubbery, squeezy thing. It's very tactile. You can see these teeth will move like that, so it's not a hard plastic head, it's a very soft plastic head. And then we get this kind of freaky face beneath, and yeah, that is very creepy with the red eyes. If we turn this one around, I want to say her, because it does look like a female form here, especially with the big red lips. If we turn around to the back, we actually have a third eye in the middle of the forehead, and that is very freaky. I don't know what that's all about. So turning our attention to the printing on the front, this is also a little bit odd. I mean, the first thing I notice here is the Octan symbol, and I'm not sure why Octan would be sponsoring or otherwise clothing the Skull Twins here, but yeah, it clearly says it there, and it says it on the back of the suit. We don't have any printing on the back of the legs, but we do have some printing on the front, and it's slightly incomplete. You can tell this is from about 9 or 10 years ago, because the printing on the chest here doesn't quite meet the printing on the band of the pants there. We've actually got a little bit of gap on this skull printing, but it is a nice printed detail. We do have some metallics on there, and that is one of our Skull Twins, a very interesting minifigure. This is our Space Police officer, and he comes with this helmet and visor, and the visor is completely dark. You can't see through that at all, so there's no translucency there, but there might be a heads-up display or something beneath, or a computer that's showing him information. He has this great printing on the front here that goes down onto the legs, and if we flip him over, you can see beneath the air tank there, there's also some printing on the back. Now if we take off the helmet, we do have a second expression, and that is a lot more fun. He is completely freaked out about something there, and that's a great expression. It's almost like one of the ones we would see in the Lego movie. So turning him back around and putting that helmet back on, that is our Space Police officer. The Space Police Interceptor is a very cool build, and whilst there appears to be a lot of weaponry on board, none of these are actually interactive elements. We don't have any flick missiles or stud shooters or cannons on here. There is room in the cockpit here for the Space Police officer, and we have this prisoner containment facility at the back there for one of the Skull Twins. There is plenty of space inside the Space Police Interceptor for the police officer, which is always a good thing. I don't like it when Lego give you a vehicle where you can't get the minifigure inside quite right. I also like the fact that the minifigure can actually hold on to the controls here. Sometimes you can't get the controls into the minifigure's hands, but this is perfect. And we have a couple of interesting elements. Firstly, the blank minifigure head here. And then on top of the minifigure, connecting it to the steering handle here, is a skeleton leg, which we've seen in many skeleton minifigures before. The only thing I found a little bit awkward about this assembly for the canopy is that there's no pivot here, so you can't get into this very easily, and I actually resorted to using a brick separator to getting inside to put the minifigure in there. At the back of the ship is where we go from being a cool build to a little bit ridiculous, because we have this prison pod container here. As you can see, we have one of the Skull Twins imprisoned in there. So the whole premise of this set is that the other Skull Twin is chasing this police vehicle, and there is this target on the back of the vehicle that's conveniently placed. And when you hit that target, it bursts open the prison pod so that his cousin, or his twin, should I say, can escape. Okay, so I admit that's a fun play feature, but it's a little bit unfeasible. Perhaps that's because I'm way too old for this set. But overall, I am a big fan of the look and feel of this police interceptor. I particularly like the way Lego have put together the boosters at the back. There's lots of detail, especially these extra elements around the sides here. And I just think that looks really, really cool. Similar to the police interceptor, there is plenty of room inside the cockpit of this car for the minifigure. Although the control mechanism is a lot less sophisticated with just this standard steering wheel. It certainly takes some design cues from hot rod performance cars, particularly with this large air intake on the front here, which of course is going to be useless in the vacuum of space. Unlike the police interceptor, we do get some awesome weaponry on this car in the form of these two large cannons on the front here, and these are operated by simply pushing in these things on the side here, and they go like this. These are definitely my favourite projectiles that come with Lego sets. I don't tend to see them so often nowadays, and I wonder if that's because they are really quite powerful. Even from the side, the Alien Pursuit vehicle is an impressive build, and I particularly like the fire elements coming out of the back here. Those are large flame elements, and those are very cool. The back of the car is very cool, and we have this personalised registration plate with the word zombie. Now, if we lift up this flap here, we can actually expose what I think might be the propulsion system, and this actually lifts out of the vehicle. It's a little bit fiddly, so bear with me. And it's going to move all over the place. Oh, here we go. So I'm going to actually tip it upside down there. So this is really interesting. As you'll notice, there's a little door on the front here, and just in the interest of getting in close and not having to get my fingers completely into shot, I'm going to open this up with a brick separator, and you can shake out these gold elements inside, and these are actually really beautiful 2x1 shiny tiles, which are completely finished in this gold colour. I'm guessing either this is the energy source for the vehicle, or this is some swag that the bad guys have stolen, and maybe that's why they're having the altercation with the Space Police. So that was set number 5973, Hyperspeed Pursuit from LEGO Space Police. It was truly an unexpected pleasure to get my hands on this set today, and I really hope you enjoyed this unboxing, speed build and review video. A huge thank you to our friend David Hopkins for bringing this over today. We really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this review video, please drop a like down below, and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome LEGO content. We release new LEGO review videos twice a week, so there's always something new or something old on the channel for you to check out. Thanks for joining us today, stay safe, and we'll see you on the next LEGO review video.